Remember that slow, clunky, aging desktop PC? The one that sounds like a jet engine just starting up.
Oh, yeah. Takes forever just to open a browser.
Exactly. Or maybe it's still sitting there, just straining to keep up, feeling more like a digital anchor, you know?
I think we've all been there.
I definitely have nightmares about my old tower. That jet engine sound, just for a spreadsheet. So the idea of something small, silent, it's super appealing. What if there was a compact, affordable, and surprisingly powerful solution to replace it?
That's the promise, isn't it?
It really is. Welcome everyone to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into the fascinating world of mini PCs. These tiny titans are, well, they're completely changing how we think about personal computing.
They've come a long way.
Absolutely. We're going to unpack how they've evolved, what features really matter if you're looking to buy one, and spotlight some specific models that pack a serious punch without breaking the bank or hogging desk space. Get ready to rethink your desktop.
Yeah, it's time to look beyond the big beige box.
Right. Our mission here is to cut through all the tech specs, the jargon, and help you understand what's actually important with these impressive little machines. Our starting point is a really solid review from How to Geek. It gives them great insights into where mini PCs are right now. And hey, if you find this deep dive useful, please do like and subscribe. It honestly helps us bring more of this content to you. Also, just so you know, all the detailed specs and links to the specific models we talk about today, including our affiliate links, are right there in the show notes. So you can check them out easily and, support the show if you find something you like.
Makes it easy to follow up.
Exactly. And please let us know what topics you'd like us to dive into next. We'd love your ideas. Okay, so let's kick things off. How did these mini PCs even get here? It feels like just yesterday they were, I don't know, a bit of a novelty.
Yeah, sort of a niche thing.
But now, in the last decade, they've gone from that curiosity to, well, incredibly capable workhorses. The speed, the performance, it's improved dramatically.
It's night and day compared to the early ones.
Totally. And Rich Hine, the author of our source article, he shares this really relatable story about it. Back in 2017, he tried one of the early models, an Intel Cherry Trail compute stick.
Oh, I remember those. Little HDMI sticks.
Yeah. And he was pretty underwhelmed, found it sluggish, frustrating,
Yeah.
basically not great for much.
That was a common experience back then.
But then, and this is where it gets interesting, in 2019, he tried the Mac Mini, the affordable yet powerful one.
Ah, okay. That was a different beast entirely.
It was a total game changer for him. Completely flipped his perspective. He started relying more and more on that compact form factor for everyday stuff.
Because he wasn't doing heavy gaming or video editing.
Exactly. He just realized he didn't need that giant tower collecting dust anymore for what he did day to day.
And Rich's story, it really illustrates that bigger trend perfectly. These devices, they're not a compromise anymore.
Right.
They're genuinely affordable, they're incredibly compact, some are even travel ready, and they can handle most daily tasks just fine, office work, streaming, you name it.
So it's not just about saving space.
No, it's more than that.
Yeah.
If you connect it to the bigger picture, it's about optimizing your setup. Your space, yes, but also your budget and getting the right amount of power for the typical user. Setting up a media center, a clean workspace. It's easier now.
That makes a lot of sense. Empowering people with better options. Okay, so if someone listening is thinking, all right, maybe it is time to ditch the old tower, what should they actually look for? What are the key things?
Good question. What are the essentials?
Well, the author lays out 5 specific things he looks for. Essentials for solid value in a small package, whether it's for work or, say, an entertainment hub.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, operating system. He targets Windows 11 Pro. But he does note, importantly, that Linux options are out there too for non-Windows folks.
Good to have choices.
Second, RAM. He strongly recommends 32 gigabytes, and he mentions Microsoft says that's more than enough for Copilot support.
Ah, the AI integration. That's smart thinking.
Third, monitor support. Needs to handle at least dual monitors. For him, that's crucial for productivity.
Absolutely. Multi-monitor setups are common now.
Fourth, price. He aims for under $450, keeping it accessible.
That's a very reasonable price point.
And finally, number 5, user validation. He only looks at models with over 100 Amazon ratings and a 4-star average or better.
Real-world proof. Smart. So people are actually happy with them.
Exactly. He wants to see that they hold up in regular use.
So why these specific criteria, though? Let's unpack that a bit. The 32 gigs of RAM for Copilot. That's interesting. It really points to how integrated AI is becoming in just like everyday computing.
Yeah, it's not just a niche thing anymore.
No, it means these little machines are being built with the future in mind, ready for those more demanding AI features right in the OS. It's about making sure it doesn't feel slow in a year or two.
Buying for tomorrow.
Exactly. And the price point combined with those user reviews, that screams practical value and reliability. It's not just specs on a page, it's proof they work well for lots of people.
Right, not just marketing hype.
Precisely. And, while some are called gaming mini PCs, we need to be realistic. They won't run the absolute latest super demanding games on ultra settings without, taking a performance hit.
Okay, so manage expectations there.
Yeah. Great for light gaming, older titles, indie games maybe? Sure. But don't expect a high-end gaming rig replacement for $450. It's about knowing what you're getting.
That's a really crucial point. Setting realistic expectations is key. It sounds like these criteria really boil down to practical performance and thinking ahead. So given those benchmarks, let's dive into some actual models that meet these criteria. It's pretty exciting to see what's out there.
Yeah, let's look at the standouts.
The article highlights 4 specific mini PCs. Each has its own unique strengths. First up is the Beink EQ12. Now, the author actually has experience with Beelink. He's owned one for 3 years.
Oh, personal experience. That's good.
Yeah, a Windows 10 model. And he says it's been consistently fast, no lagging. He uses it mainly as an entertainment hub in the living room, but it also saved him as a backup when his laptop died.
Reliable, then. That's important.
Totally. This specific EQ12 model has a 12th gen Intel i7 processor,
Right.
10 cores, and a 1 terabyte SSD. So pretty beefy specs.
Decent storage, too.
And here's a feature he loves, and honestly, I get it. The power supply is integrated. No big, ugly wall wart power brick.
Ah, yes. The bane of cable management. That's actually a really nice touch.
Isn't it? Okay, next is the Boss Game P5 Pro. This one markets itself more as a gaming computer.
Okay, so aiming for a bit more performance.
Seems like it. It's got an AMD Ryzen 7 6800HS processor with integrated Radeon 680M graphics. Comes with a 512 gigabyte SSD.
Which is plenty for most people. The source might have said 512 terabytes, but yeah, 512 gigs is realistic.
Right, almost certainly a typo there. 512 GB is still solid. And get this, it supports up to 4 4K monitors.
Wow, 4. Okay, that's serious multitasking potential. Or a command center.
Right, pretty impressive for a little box. Okay, moving on. The gmktec M5 Plus. This one's flagged as a great choice in its price range.
Okay.
Its processor, an AMD Ryzen 7 5825U, isn't the absolute newest, but the article says it's still plenty capable for streaming, office work, even some light gaming.
So solid all-rounder performance.
Yeah. And it has some unique points. It's the only one offered in 2 colors black or this kind of cool blue. It supports 3 4K monitors.
Still very good multi-monitor support.
And here's a big one. The RAM is upgradable. It comes with 32 GB, but you can go up to 64 GB of DDR4.
Yeah.
Plus, you can add more storage, up to a 2 TB SSD.
Oh, nice. Upgradability is a huge plus for longevity.
Definitely. And it comes with a VESA mount, so you can just tuck it away behind your monitor. Super clean setup.
Love that. Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. Okay, finally, the GCOM IB6 is the author's top pick, calls it the most bang for their buck.
Ah, the favorite. What makes it stand out?
Well, first off, it looks good. Attractive aluminum body, kind of like a Mac Mini in style.
Aesthetics matter to some people.
For sure. It's got an AMD Ryzen 7 6800H processor, also with that Radeon 680M graphics. So it handles everyday tasks and light gaming really well.
Similar power to the Boss Game, then.
Seems like it. Good selection of ports, too. 2 USB 4.0 Type-C, which is nice and fast, and 3 USB 3.0 ports. Supports 4 4K monitors again.
Okay, high-end connectivity there.
And like the gmktec, the RAM and storage are upgradable. So flexibility down the road.
Yeah.
The author basically concluded this one hits that perfect sweet spot. Price, size, and performance.
Yeah, looking at these 4, it really drives home the point about versatility, doesn't it? You've got options focusing on integrated power supplies for neatness, serious multi-monitor setups, easy upgrade paths, even different looks.
There really seems to be something for almost everyone.
Exactly, and it shows these aren't just scaled-down PCs anymore. They're thoughtfully designed for different needs. You've got compact powerhouses, machines built for future upgrades. It really underscores that you're often not making much of a compromise anymore by going small, especially for everyday computing.
That's a huge shift from just a few years ago.
It really is. The flexibility and performance you get now are remarkable.
So wrapping things up, what's the big takeaway here for someone listening?
Well, I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, this deep dive shows that mini PCs, they aren't just like a cute novelty. They're genuinely powerful, they're affordable, and they're incredibly versatile. They really can replace that old, slow Windows 10 machine for almost everything you do day to day.
And this brings us to how you, the listener, can actually use this info, right? It's about empowerment. By understanding what specs really matter now, like that 32 GB of RAM for future AI stuff, or needing dual monitor support, or checking those user reviews for real-world validation.
You can cut through the noise.
Exactly. You're equipped to make an informed choice that actually fits your needs. You see models like the Beelink for reliability, the Game for multi-monitor power, the gmktec for upgrade potential, or the geekom A6 as that great all-rounder. You now know why they're good choices. Not just that they are. No more getting overwhelmed by tech jargon.
You know what to look for and why it counts.
Precisely. You're investing in an experience, not just hardware.
That really covers it. Okay, that wraps up another fascinating exploration. We really hope you enjoyed diving into the exciting world of mini PCs with us today.
Hope it was helpful.
If it was, please do take a second to like and subscribe to the show. It genuinely helps us keep these deep dives coming. And remember, all the specific models, the specs, the resources we talked about, they're all linked right in our show notes for you, including those affiliate links if you want to check them out further.
Everything in one place.
Yep. And hey, if there's a topic, an article, some research you're curious about, send it our way. Let us know what you want us to unpack in a future deep dive.
We're always looking for new ideas.
Definitely. So as you think about these powerful little machines, consider this. How might switching to one not just replace your old PC, but maybe fundamentally change how you use technology?
Interesting thought.
Could it make you more mobile? Finally declutter that workspace. Maybe set up a cool media center you hadn't thought possible. Something to think about. Until next time, keep exploring.